Hello and welcome to another video. Last night was definitely better than the previous one and the one before that, so I'm hoping I'm going in the right direction somehow with my GI symptoms. The nausea was only very mild. I did have quite a lot of pain and bloating, but I didn't feel like I was going to throw up, so that's good. Although I did wake up a couple of times, I didn't need to take another dose of my antiemetic throughout the night, so that is again another really good thing. So I'm trying to look on the bright side with it. Hopefully, I've said that so often the last couple of weeks, but hopefully this means that the symptoms will start dying down a bit. I've been feeling quite flat today. I've been by myself a lot. My dad was away last night in Bournemouth and my mum left really early for work, so it's pretty much been me the whole day. So that's just been a bit boring, I guess. No, not even boring. It's lonely. That is the word. It is lonely being by yourself all day. I try not to think about it too much, and generally it doesn't get me down. Some days it just kind of hits me, and today has been one of those days. Yeah, I'm not sure what this week holds. I know I said last week that I was going to try and get a GP appointment, but that didn't end up happening. I tried to get one this morning, but they only had 8:30 in the morning in like 2 weeks' time, and I was like, I can't do 8:30 in the morning. Too ill, I'm afraid. So that's a little bit frustrating, but I just have to keep checking back every morning. I really want to do something to kind of lift my mood. I'm not feeling particularly depressed. I'm just feeling a bit, well, maybe I am feeling depressed. But I want to do something to try and lift my mood, but I don't know what that is. I just got a call from my doctor's surgery saying that the doctor who was signing the prescription that I've just requested a repeat for my antiemetic didn't feel comfortable doing it because they didn't understand why I needed it. The receptionist said that they wanted me to book in for a review with the doctor, and I said, you know, that's what I've been trying to do actually, trying to get an appointment with my doctor to talk about that among many other things I need to talk to her about. And I explained I have a very complicated health situation, that, you know, if this doctor that was signing the prescription knew my case and she would understand why I needed the medication. So I tried to get an appointment with my doctor to talk about this. Of course, there wasn't any appointments. So I had to settle for a phone appointment in like 2 weeks' time. I'm just so angry that this doctor, who has no knowledge of my case whatsoever, nothing, gets to withhold this medication from me. So angry, because I need this medication because I can't eat properly without it. I can't keep food down. I can't eat at all, really. And, you know, this would be bad at the best of times, but because my stomach has been so bad the last few weeks, I'm so worried that my doctor is going to agree with this doctor because she doesn't like the fact I'm going to Breakspear. She doesn't understand the Lyme diagnosis. She just gave me this antiemetic to help with my symptoms that I was having, and I'm so worried she's going to say, yeah, I don't think you should have it anymore. Or she won't give it to me without a referral, which will take months and months and months. I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't get it. Okay, update on the whole prescription nightmare. My dad went in there just now and explained the situation and got them to give me an emergency prescription. So I definitely have enough to tide me over until my phone appointment, which... oh my goodness, I'm so relieved. I can't even tell you how relieved I am. I've been so stressed and worried and anxious the past 12 hours. I'm feeling pretty worse for wear today. I didn't really sleep last night because of being so stressed, but I do have a counselling session in about half an hour, which I really need because the last couple of weeks have been very full on, symptom-wise, stress-wise, just so many things going on that really taken its toll on me, so I'm very glad I have a session today. In other news, I'm wearing the tunic that I got from Next a couple of weeks ago when I bought the pyjamas, and I love it. This is the first time I've actually worn it for any length of time. It's so soft and really warm because it's kind of cold and gloomy, so I'm very glad for it today. So I had a really good therapy session. I needed that so much, I can't even tell you. I feel like the past few weeks, it's just been one thing after another, like punching me in the face. And each new thing, each new punch in the face makes it so much harder to get back up and carry on. And it really just came to a head today in my session, and I basically just sobbed for the entire time. And I can tell that I've had a really good crying session because my eyes are really sore. And sometimes you just need that. You need to let your frustrations about chronic illness, about life in general, about the healthcare systems, you just gotta let it out. And I tell you, I feel so much better for it. I really do. We talked a lot about the call I got from my doctors yesterday and the anxiety and stress that might cause me. And really, what I realised was what I'm afraid of is that she's going to want to do more investigation. She's going to want to refer me to a gastroenterologist who's going to want to do tests. And let's be honest, tests on your stomach and your GI tract are notoriously invasive. And really, what I'm afraid of is those tests and what the gastroenterologist will say, because deep down, I think I might be developing gastroparesis. And I've had this thought for a good few months, but I've been so afraid of thinking about it as though that would somehow make it more true. Certainly the way my GI symptoms manifest themselves are similar to people who I know who have gastroparesis. The first friend I made in the chronic illness community, one of her diagnoses is gastroparesis. You may know her actually. She's Cass from Indisposed and Undiagnosed on Instagram. And, you know, I saw how ill gastroparesis made her. She had it severely. And obviously I'm not a severe case if I have it, but my symptoms suggest that my stomach is not working like a stomach should. And my hunches about my diagnoses are quite good, I would say. I mean, I sussed I had POTS before I was diagnosed. I sussed I had Lyme disease way before I was diagnosed. So I feel like my gut instinct, excuse the pun, is quite good on these sorts of things. And really the thing that came out of this therapy session that was so good was just me saying that out loud. Although I'm not any less afraid, I can handle it because I've handled so many other things in the past. I've been punched in the face so many times, figuratively, not literally, and I've got back up, and I'll get back up from this one too if I have to. For the last 2 days, I've really made an effort to switch off from social media and also the constant thinking about what I should do next, what might happen, because it's really a hamster wheel, because I just go round and round and round and round and I never get anywhere, and I just end up exhausting myself and getting anxious and depressed. So the last 48 hours, I've really made an effort not to do that. And I do feel better for it. So I am in a better, more healthy frame of mind now, which is good because, as I said in the last clip, I just feel like I've been pummeled the last few weeks and it's really taken its toll. So I'm happy that I'm feeling a bit better about everything. It probably also helps that I did actually sleep last night. I got over 8 hours, which is a rare occurrence these days. So I definitely think that that helped my frame of mind today. Still not great in terms of symptoms, really sick, really painful, bloated stomach. I feel like I'm a broken record on that front. So I'm going to eat some dinner, I'm going to go to bed. Hopefully I sleep okay tonight and my healthier frame of mind continues tomorrow. I am very hesitant to say this, but I do think my symptoms, GI-wise, I mean that's usually what I'm talking about these days, isn't it? I do think that they have been just a little bit better today. Eating breakfast was tricky and still quite unpleasant, but I managed to eat a good bit of lunch and a good bit of dinner, and it was definitely less hard than it's been the last few weeks, so that was so nice. I'm not going to say, oh, I really hope that this is the end of whatever it is that's happening, because I've said that so many times before, but I'm just happy to have a day where things haven't been quite as bad. I'm wearing my new pyjamas that I got from Next a few weeks ago, really liking them. I've been saving them because I didn't think it was cold enough, but today it's definitely been chillier, so I just thought I'm gonna do it because I really wanted to feel cozy, and I definitely feel cozy. Just when I thought things were calming down and looking up. So you can book appointments online now with my GP surgery, which is great because it's a lot easier than calling up. And earlier this week, I saw that they had an app where you can do it on your phone. I was like, great, that's even better. So I was just setting it up just now. It gives you a list of your appointments that you've got coming up and your prescriptions that you can order repeats for and so on and so on. And I know I said earlier this week that I had a phone appointment with my doctor, so the doctor that knows me and has been following my case since I got ill, basically. And when I was logging onto the app just now, I saw that they'd changed it to a different doctor. It's not my doctor anymore, it's a completely random doctor who I've never met. Why would they do that? Oh, I'm so angry and so fed up. I've been trying to get an appointment with her for about a month now and haven't been able to. And then I finally got this phone appointment and they bloody changed it to a different doctor. Okay, I've calmed down a bit now. I told my dad what happened and he was like, listen, we'll just call them up on Monday and we'll see what's going on. And if it turns out that it's because your doctor is off sick for a long period of time, then we'll just have to get an appointment with somebody else. At least it'll be a face-to-face rather than a phone appointment, which will be much easier. And it's going to be more exhausting and more painful and more horrible than if I saw my doctor, but I've just got to do it. So I'm really going to try and get an appointment, a face-to-face appointment next week. I just want this saga to be over. I just don't want to have to think about it anymore. It's really stressing me out, and I'm sure that the stress is not helping my stomach symptoms. So That's my plan. I'm going to have lunch now and watch an episode of League of Their Own, and hopefully my mood will continue to increase from here on out. Today marks the end of another week, the end of another video. My God, this week has been another really stressful one, mainly because I've just been trying and failing to get a doctor's appointment. The health system in the UK is critically underfunded at the moment, and it's the patients who suffer, and often the patients who are the most ill suffer the worst. I put it off for months and months at a time because I know how tricky and stressful it is to get a face-to-face appointment, but I've been trying now for 3 weeks and I haven't been able to. And that's crazy. It shouldn't be like that, and it shouldn't be that difficult, but it is. Last year, the Red Cross in the UK declared a humanitarian crisis in the NHS because there wasn't enough beds and people were waiting in corridors and dying in corridors because there wasn't enough money, wasn't enough beds to treat them. And God help us all, because it's going to be way worse this winter because there's still no money. And it terrifies me what might happen if someone I love gets ill and has to go to hospital over winter because, you know, I don't know what will happen, and that's very scary. So who knows what next week holds, but hopefully better things. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.